Right. 26 October 2025. And today I'm excited to be giving you the update on a Sunday morning. So today we've got a very interesting development, which is an update on General Chiwenga for President group admin. So there's a group called General Chiwenga. In fact, it's a channel called General Chiwenga for President. And this channel is being run by Traore or Malcolm Masarira. And he is very popular as he was a supporter of General Chiwenga. His channel is dedicated to supporting General Chiwenga. And on a daily basis, he posts encouraging people to support Chiwenga and also attacking Mnangagwa and other people like Opam Chinguri and so forth. So he was arrested this week and he has appeared in court yesterday. So yesterday he has appeared in court and more details have emerged on how he was arrested and what else the police found. So according to reports, Traore was arrested after intelligence followed him to Glenview. And then when they arrived at Glenview, they stopped him and another man called Malvern Mavhere, who was driving a Toyota Aqua. When the intelligence guys arrived, Traore managed to escape and ran away. However, Mavhere was arrested and he was in a road called Patrenda Road in Glenview 3 in Harare. And when they arrested them, they took and found 7,200 flyers with the message, "Stop the looting, Zimbabwe is not for sale." So that is what they found. And they're currently charging him. So together with the Godfrey Karembera or Zimbabwe Shanduko, who was also distributing similar flyers. So 3 people were arrested. That is Zimbabwe Shanduko, Godfrey Karembera, who was also by himself, Traore or Masarira, Malcolm, 35 years old, who was also distributing these flyers. So when he ran away, they then followed up and arrested him. I'm not sure where they arrested him, but the first place where they encountered Malcolm was at Glenview. So at 35 years old, Masarira is 14 years younger than Gambakwe. What a young man. Can you imagine that if a young man who is 14 years younger than me is leading the protest? So that is interesting. Very young guy, 35 years old, doing the most. Apparently, he left South Africa to go to Zimbabwe. And unfortunately, this arrest stopped everything. So it stopped everything. And it's very, very sad. So the last time he talked to me was on, let me see the date here. Let me see the date when he wrote to me. I don't know how this thing works. On the 14th of October, Traore wrote me and said, "I'm going to Zimbabwe tomorrow." That was on the 15th. On the 14th of October. That means he arrived in Zimbabwe on the 15th, 16th. Police encountered Malcolm on the 16th. And then he ran away. They caught him after the protests, which was on Friday when we got the news from Apostle Makore. So he was arrested on Friday, the 17th, which means they've been chasing him like crazy between the 16th and the 17th. They knew where he was, using, I don't know what way they were using to find him. And then they arrested him. So he's currently in prison. But what do they want? What do they want from Malcolm? They want his phone. That is definitely what they want. They want to see who he was talking to. That is what they'll be doing right now. The same thing is what they did to Nyoka Mabunu. They want to take over the channel so that they can start posting on that channel. So let's see if they started posting on that channel. Zimbabwe intelligence is very strange. You're going to see that they'll start posting on that group. So let's go to General Chiwenga for President group. So this is the group here, General Chiwenga for President. If you look at the group, someone has posted yesterday, which means someone now has control of the group. If they have his phone, they are now looking to see who are the administrators of that group. So let's see what it says here. Traore is alive and safe. So they posted on yesterday a bunch of messages about Chiwenga on Tuesday, and then about Maduku. Then they posted on Monday. So he was obviously in control, and they posted Mini. Mini has been posted over here. The things that Chiwenga Mini is going to get from Mnangagwa are shocking. And then what else? Famba General Okoyo. So basically what it means is that they now have the phone, and I'll be watching this group very closely to see if Zimbabwe intelligence has got the group, if they're going to start posting here. They did that to the old Nyoka Mabunu group, where they took the phone and decided to post. They found out how Sanyatko was connected to Nyoka Mabunu, and they fired him immediately. So first they took a screenshot of the chat of Sanyatwe with Nyoka Mabunu, and then a few weeks later he was fired. So now that they've got the phone of Traore, which I can see here, they do have a phone of Traore, it means they're going to proceed and do something. They're going to get information. All the chats that you guys have been having with Traore are now in the hands of Zimbabwe intelligence. Panofiwa. That's what you must understand. That's Zimbabwe intelligence job. When they catch a person, is to get the phone. All this thing about Fliers, about what he's saying, it's not important. It's public knowledge. There's nothing that Traore has said that has never been said. Mnangagwa is still in office. What they are looking for is information. Who is he talking to in the Zanu PF government, in the military, inside? So that is the kind of stuff they're looking for. So you must be aware that when you go to Zimbabwe, they also want to go into your Gmail, they want to go into WhatsApp, they want to go into all sorts of things. And the way they caught him is through someone said where he was. So it means among the people that was talking to Traore, who knew his location, there is someone working for Zimbabwe intelligence. So I've given you what you need to know. Traore has been taken 7,200 flyers. What does that mean? It means there was a budget behind this whole thing. Someone had funded the flyers. The flyers are not cheap. They were not made in Zimbabwe, sorry, in South Africa. Because obviously you couldn't put that across the border. It means they were made in Zimbabwe, which is quite expensive to make 7,200 flyers. I don't know how much it would cost, probably 5 grand to make such a number of flyers. So look carefully what is going to happen here. The General Chiwenga for President group was now the biggest group after Nyoka Mabunu, because I think Sarwaka is too. Let's see what Sarwaka is at right now. So Sarwaka is very popular. So let's see how popular. Sarwaka was now, he passed Malcolm. He's got 18,900 now. That is Sarwaka now has almost 19,000 followers. And so you now had Sarwaka in Zimbabwe, Malcolm Traore in Zimbabwe, and then you had Mazbawa Shanduko. Mazbawa Shanduko was not working with the CC, was not working with Chamisa, because they attacked Chamisa just before. So I'll show you what they said about Chamisa. just before they were arrested. So just before the arrest, there was a video made about Chamisa, audio. So I'm going to share it with you this morning. The message to Chamisa from Traore, attacking Nelson Chamisa. It was made just moments before his arrest, from what I can see here. So that is what we have. Right now, the target is Chiwenga. They want to find out if he was talking to the young man or if someone close to him was talking to Traore. Traore, probably the most energetic young man who was attacking Mnangagwa on behalf of Chiwenga. He's like Themba Mliswa on the other side. Pachafiwa. So that is crazy. I can see you are happy you are. Mission accomplished. Koma Peter, that's not true. I am one guy that talks to everybody. I talk to everybody. When I say everyone, I mean everyone. And everyone trusts me. That's a good thing. There's no one who doesn't trust me. Even Mnangagwa trusts me. If you don't trust me, you're not around me. Because I'm the only person that has got no, what can I say in short? I don't have a side. Like, I literally do my own thing. I've got no principle. And everyone knows that, that I don't have a principle. Right, let's now go to other stories. I'll deal with the comments much later. So let's quickly go into the stories. Let's start with business. And in business, we're going to start with, let me see what I want to look at here. We are looking at a big story that has happened yesterday. Paul Tungwarara and Sharon Chirai, Elad Chirai, they've received $20,000 for what did they buy? Tinoma Chakaere was there. They bought a copy of a t-shirt for $20,000. That is Sharon Chirai and Minister Elad. I like these guys. Their music is good. And I can say safely that Uganda have won. So what round one, Uganda have won. There's nothing we can do, guys. As Uganda are now on top, people are now taking the money. No one is complaining anymore about taking Uganda's money. There's going to be a stampede to take the money of Uganda, because Uganda are now on top. Only God can save people from Uganda. And a prophecy has been issued. So a prophecy has been issued that a war is going to break out. And that is the only way Uganda are going to lose. But in that prophecy, it was said that Chiwenga is going to become a president for a very short time. And then you will not see the successful Zimbabwe. So you can go and check out on Lynn's channel. That is the prophecy over there, that Chiwenga will have a short period when he's going to take over, but he won't last and see a successful Zimbabwe. A man is coming called Joshua, and Chiwenga is Moses. That is what he said. Okay, I think we've covered everything. Let's go to some newspapers. We're going to go to the Sunday News of Zimbabwe. And in the Sunday News, there's a very sad story. A young lady called Diana Mlea has been diagnosed with 2 cancers. So she's called Nomsa D, and she has been diagnosed with both breast cancer and cervical cancer. So sad to see this situation. You can go and look on Gambakwe. We've put the details. So starting last year, in February, she had symptoms of a breast cancer. So she went for a breast cancer and cervical cancer, and she's been found with both cancers, and she is featured in the Sunday News newspaper. So cancer is very crazy. It's very powerful and very strong. So if you feel any symptoms, especially if you're a woman, any symptoms of itching on your breasts, you have to go and get it checked. And also, if you have your annual pap smear, you must make sure that you take your medication, because apparently she ignored the results. So she went and did the test but didn't pick them up. The moment you go for a pap smear, you must take your pills. The cervical cancer can be cleared if you take the medication when it's still an infection. So that is crazy what happened to her. So go check it out. It's a big story in the Sunday newspaper. Then there's been a big list produced of all the public accountants who have qualified. So all the public accountants that have qualified, you can go to gambakwe.com. We've put the full list. That is the CSG. Let me see whether it's called CSG or what. But if you go to Gambakwe, you'll see the list of all the public accountants that have qualified over there. Now let's look at the Herald newspaper. So sorry, Sunday Mail. So let's look at Sunday Mail newspaper. Sunday Mail Zimbabwe is published. And then, as I said, normally I come here around midday. So I'm going to now look at Sunday Mail newspaper. So it's very crazy what is happening. There was a lot of drama, and I think now it has ended. The next drama is going to be Chiwenga. So the next drama is going to be Chiwenga. The dismissal of Chiwenga is pending. You're going to see it within a short space of time. You're going to see Chiwenga being removed. That is what Mnangagwa is working on right now, the removal of Chiwenga. I don't know how it's going to go, but that's exactly what we're looking at right now, the removal of Chiwenga. So now let's look at the Sunday Mail newspaper. I'm going to share it with you so that you guys can see it. So let's edit here. And then I can browse through. Okay, so here's the newspaper. Zimbabwe success continues defying sanctions. That is Mnangagwa and First Lady with Zimbabwe, Wama Moyo. Wama Moyo, she's over there. Wama Moyo. And then we see Chiwenga here. He has donated cash. So Chiwenga donated cash to the hospital at Lupane. The hospital is facing issues, which is they don't have aircon at the mortuary, and they also have problems with their solar panels. So Chiwenga has donated cash, and then Mnangagwa has written a book together with Professor Mafumo on sanctions. Then let's look at the city of Gweru. The city of Gweru has got vacancies. A fitter, they want a fitter. If you're a fitter, apply immediately. You'll be able to work at the city of Gweru. You get the most beautiful car. And then a Father's Day heartbreak for Mercado bus tragedy. So this is one of the young ladies that passed away. Lynette Ngube, 27-year-old. She died barely a week before the Mercado bus tragedy. Her father, Mr. Colin Ngube of Budiru Harare, never imagined it would be her last time he would see his daughter alive. Okay, so she left for South Africa. She was smiling even when she was angry. He recorded his voice breaking. She was a happy person. And then what happened here? Early in the morning, his eldest daughter, Lydia, went to the JSC office in Harare to confirm the passenger list. And by 9 a.m., they found out that she had passed away. So you can go and check it out. And then all the chartered accountants, the public accountants who have qualified are here on this list. I've put this list on Gambakwe. So you can go to Gambakwe and you'll see everyone that is qualified here. I don't know what is the order, but number one is Chifu Prosper. And the first lady is Tom Nora Maide. Sorry, apologies. The first lady here is Zenda Patience. So you can go and check it out over here. I think the guys with the heads are the distinctions. So go check it out. These are accountants. Accountants are the most important people in a company. If you want to be CEO, you must be an accountant. Then the city of Gweru has got more people. They want more people in procurement. So if you want to be rich, go to Gweru and you become wealthy. If you work in this department. And then Dangote is going to be in Zimbabwe. So that is the richest man in Africa. Dangote is going to be in Zimbabwe. Our own billionaires are not allowed to go to Zimbabwe. Nigerian billionaire Mr. Aliko Dangote, the richest man in Africa and wealthiest black person in the world, is expected in Zimbabwe soon to explore opportunities to establish a vast cement, coal mining, and power generating complex in a deal worth about $1 billion. Remember that he was once in Zimbabwe and then it didn't work out. So Dangote is going to be coming to Zimbabwe. I had said with Mnangagwa, please do an amnesty where you say every person that has been or that is staying outside of Zimbabwe out of fear, allow them to come to Zimbabwe, because our people are afraid to come home. Our billionaires are scared of coming home. They think they will be arrested. You don't need a Nigerian billionaire to come and do a cement plant. Just allow our billionaires, say you got an amnesty for everyone, political amnesty, and you see people will come to Zimbabwe and our country will do well, and you'll be there for 2040. 2040. Mnangagwa, wanenge wachipo. Then the chairman of the Zimbabwe Human Rights Commission, Mr. Ms. Fungai Jesma Jome, commissioners and secretary would like to congratulate Ms. Kurai Makumbe on her appointment as the executive secretary of the commission. The appointment is with effect from 11 September 2025. So this is very late. I don't know why it took so long for Ms. Kurai Makumbe to be appointed as executive secretary. She reminds me of someone with the eyes. Then let's go to other things here. Very quickly, Zimbabwe end strike, declared themselves ready for Boso, shot down. And then let's see, I want some true stories. Anything to do with Zimbabwe's economy is a lie. There is no way that Zimbabwe economy is doing well. Then there's Chiwenga Hospital. They're looking for drugs, cargo services, and drug supply of delivery and surgicals. So you can go and look at the tender. If you supply these things, go over there and be able to supply and get a lot of money. Chiwenga Hospital has got the most money, probably one of the biggest hospitals in the country. And then Memsha training for sustainability. Go check it out. Over here, very interesting adverts. And you can buy a copy for yourself of the Sunday Mail newspaper. If you've got $2, you can buy the Herald on Thursday and the Sunday Mail on Sunday. These are the best newspapers. Then look at the other vacancies in the city of Harare. So many vacancies, guys. Let's see if there's any jobs here for journalists. Maybe the Gato Fonera, Ananzari Mafume, Meya Wangu. So many jobs in HR. So many jobs. Go over here and check the newspaper. If you've got some money, go and take it. And let's see what else is being advertised here. Budget for Guruwe Road Council. And then we've got a vacancy for Consumer Protection Commission. Guys, so many adverts. Go over here. And then you'll be able to get all these jobs. Then let's look at the most active ambassador in Zimbabwe, comrade ambassador, Chinese ambassador Zhou Ding. He was delivering a solidarity speech from the Communist Party of China. As you know, in China, the president of China is there for life. I think that is how it is. So that is what Mnangagwa is trying to do. But I don't think you can compare China with Zimbabwe. It's different. Then let's go to South African newspapers. So let's try Sunday Times. Sunday World. Guys, there's a big story today in the Sunday World. The top 15 drug dealers, drug lords of South Africa have been listed. So all the drug lords who are responsible for drugs in South Africa have been named. And the list is long. It's got 15 people. Most of them are Nigerians. So most of them are Nigerians and they are named. So there's a real name of which person is doing drugs, who's distributing drugs in South Africa. It's over here. I'll be able to share it with you later on today. So I'll share with you the list of the top drug dealers in South Africa. Most of them are Nigerians and are based in Gauteng and in Cape Town. So that list has been released by Minister Mpunu after a report by Crime Intelligence. So you can go and look at the guys like Une Ume, Une Ukurubi, Yusuf, Okuchuku. They're all listed here. The top drug dealers in South Africa. And then Kanye West, his show in South Africa is not clear. The person who was supposed to bring him has not paid the 5 million that is required because only 6,000 tickets have been bought. So Kanye West was supposed to come to South Africa, but the people have not bought the tickets, and the guy who was supposed to bring him has failed to pay even a cent for Kanye West to come to South Africa. Then let's quickly go to the Sunday Times. I want to show you what's in the Sunday Times so that you can just see. I'm not going to read through that whole newspaper. I'll come back and give you more stories if there's anything. But looking at South Africa, so let's look at our South African newspaper. So that is South Africa over here. If you look at South Africa, you see that there are a bunch of newspapers, and the Sunday Times is one of them. So the principals, KFC first as People's Eat Sam, 2 die after a lawful police raid at mines. And look at the Miss South Africa, the new Miss South Africa. She is stunning. She is called Kwabekazi Mazaleni, celebrates being crowned the 67 Miss South Africa last night. She's 24 years old. So she's the new Miss South Africa over here. So you can go check it out online. And then let's see if there's anything of interest here. I want to quickly look at these stories, then I'll bring you anything of interest. I'm not seeing anything that I want to cover. Here, there's too much for me to cover. I'll bring it to you guys later. After I've gone through the whole newspaper. I've got so many newspapers in front of me. So every day I've got to look at over 200 newspapers. And it's not easy. It's too much work. And then let's look at the Star on Sunday, the Independent on Sunday. So the Independent on Sunday. You know that City Press, I don't think it's still publishing. So the Independent on Sunday is over here. Mpunu's Quest. So the same stuff that we're looking at. That is what is the Independent on Sunday. And then AKA murder suspects among dozens who could escape justice. And then let's see if there's anything else of interest here. I don't have anything of interest. If there is there City Press here, just to check. City Press. I don't think there's City Press of South Africa. There's nothing here. So I think we've got everything that we have. Let's go to Facebook. Look at our people. That is the news that I like. Let's start with Karina. I like Karina. She makes me laugh. She's so emotional. Let's look at President Hakainde Hichilema. May we walk in faith, peace, and gratitude this Sabbath. So that's all he has on Sabbath. And then let's go to President Dumaboko, who is currently traveling overseas. So we have arrived safely in Geneva, Switzerland, for working visit. Our mission is clear. So that is his arrival in Switzerland. That is his last leg of the visit. So I don't know how long he's going to be in there. But Botswana are doing very well. Let's go to Mini. The things that Mnangagwa is about to do to Mini. You cannot imagine. So let's see, Kutamangu Mini. Nothing is going to happen to you. You are the only woman with a gun. So she updated her cover photo. And that is all. I don't see anything else new. Let's go to Honorable Chido Sanyatwe. She's congratulating Mnangagwa for his book. Standing against illegal sanctions, resistance, and so forth and so forth. Mnangagwa, I got a new haircut. Can you guys see that? Mnangagwa is a new haircut. Mnangagwa has got a new haircut. And a facial. So he did well. And then let's go to Madam Boss lastly. And then we'll go to Sadak. So Madam Boss, she's saying, go comment, go to you, me guys. So I don't know what to Chirunge. So there she is over here on Instagram. Big congratulations to Madam Boss on their nomination for Social Star of the Year at the 7th Africa what. So she's got an award and her skin is very fair. I don't know what is that a natural or what? Then let's go to X. Did you leave Sadak? Yes. I don't know what she uses on her face, but it's interesting. Let's go to Sadak. Sadak is doing very well. And 11 hours ago, they said the Electoral Observer Mission engages media and academia ahead of the Tanzania election. So you know that the election of Tanzania is tomorrow. So this is what is happening over here. They are doing very, very well. And some very interesting people in the Observer Mission over there. Only 2 guys. only 4 guys. So 4 guys, 4 girls. Is a balance. Shaka balanza. And then let's go to X. So guys, I've shown you everything. That's interesting. After you watch me, you can go to bed. You know what the news is. You don't have to worry. On X, we want to look at Chamisa. So I've already given you the Elad story. Nelson Chamisa, my homeboy, he still got not with, but I'll show you what Traore said about Chamisa just before he was arrested. So where are we now? Where are we now? We are at an interesting position and an interesting point where Chiwenga is probably being investigated. They've been able to get one of the biggest supporters. That is General Chiwenga for President Admin Traore or Malcolm Masarira, who was caught after he was found with 7,200 flyers in Glenview. When the police arrived or tried to get him, he ran away at Glenview, but then they eventually caught him. And then it appears to me like they've got control of his channel now, because who is the administrator who is posting nothing? I don't know. And they'll be looking to see who is the administrator, who was he talking to, and what were they talking about. Obviously, they'll find messages from Gambakwe. I talk to everyone. There's no person that you know right now. I'm literally talking about everyone you know who doesn't talk to me. Everyone talks to Gambakwe. Everyone trusts me because when they want to push out information, they have to come to Gambakwe. Even Mnangagwa trusts me. Did you see what that guy said? What was this guy who said Mnangagwa must go to 2030? So if you go to Gambakwe's channel, you see that there is a message. So let's go to our live. You'll see, if you go to live on Gambakwe, you'll see that there is a young man who said Mnangagwa must go to 2030's Talent Rusere. I just received a message to say this is what Talent Rusere says, and I published for you guys. So Gambakwe's job is to publish information. If you want your thing to go far, let's say you've got something to say and you want it to go to a lot of people, you WhatsApp Gambakwe, you get a lot of attention. But I'm not part of anything. So I stay in my office, I do my work. I've got no plans to do anything except to become an MP from Kulumane in 2020, right, 2025 right now, and then 2028, Gambakwe will be presidential candidate. So my agenda is clear. Everything I do is legal. There's nothing about me removing Mnangagwa or anything. That's not my job. But if you come to my media house, we'll give you a platform and we'll be able to talk. And that is that. Right, let's go to comments. Why and how did Traore trust you? I talk to people, guys. Like, I sit here and I talk to people for hours. Like, people tell me their plans, their secrets, everything. Because I'm the only person you can trust. Even you, Peter Tosh, you can call me and I'll keep your secrets. So when you leave and say, I'm going to Zimbabwe, you know that you want someone to know. You're going to call Gambakwe and tell him. There is no person that I don't talk to at all. And then Gambakwe, how do we trust you? Everyone wants to know how to trust me. You don't have to worry about me. You must trust me. People should learn never to feature on the channel as Pere Mushe. Yes. Don't feature on my channel. Go and feature somewhere else. Go and feature somewhere else. Do you really think I need your feature? Do you know how many times I'm live? Ka feature kako ke one day. Do you think I care about it? So that is what you have to know. I've been doing this. My first channel was in 2010 when I returned from the United States. I have been in this game when some people were still babies. So in 2010, it's 15 years ago, Malcolm is 35 years old. When he was 20 years old in school, a member of Zanu PF in Chiwenga. Did you know that he was a member of Zanu PF in Chiwenga? A chairman of Zanu PF district. I had already started my channel. So that is why you can trust me. Before Mnangagwa even imagined being a president, I had my channel. When Mnangagwa was trying to remove Mugabe, his people were coming here to give me information. When Chiwenga is trying to remove Mnangagwa, his people will give me information. When Mugabe was in trouble, his people will give me information. When Juru was trying to remove Mnangagwa, Gambakwe was there. What is the point? I run a media house. I don't run anything else. And that is the only reason why we're now going to politics. Is because we are tempted to get someone to become president, a woman, so that women can lead. Unfortunately, they were unable to take power, to see themselves as a leader. So it's so sad for me. I feel so sad that women can't lead. So our plan was that a woman would take leadership. That is why we had approached women to say, take leadership. But unfortunately, women in Zimbabwe, they are not yet there yet to be able to take that position. Imagine I would be campaigning for someone right now. But no one wants to take leadership. So I have to do it myself. Because the plan that we have, if I don't do it, our country will be taken. Firstly, we won't have a strong leader. And then our country will be taken. Other people will come and take our country. What I'm saying is that if young people don't take charge, when our country normalizes, you won't be able to get in. Let me tell you guys, Zimbabwe is extremely wealthy. It's the most wealthy country. So what do people do when they see a wealthy country? They take your mines, they take your opportunity, they will take your rail, they will take your roads, they will take your construction, real estate. You won't be able to build a house in Zimbabwe. Someone will come with $1 billion and build the houses. You won't be able to do anything because other people will have taken those opportunities. So we need to take charge right now and to have the plan. And then other people will come and get into our plan. So that is what we want to do. We want to make sure that we are in charge of the country and do well. So join us, support the things that we're coming with. You saw what I showed you about Nkulumane yesterday. 35 years, nothing has changed. When I was a boy, the same thing that was happening in Nkulumane is still happening. Not a single job created in the constituency. So now we're going to take over and take charge and make our country a success. We'll do it throughout the whole country. Our manifesto is simple, which is very, very clear. $1,500 tax-free, 160 new towns, high-speed rail, only 8 ministries, military planned city homecoming, and a tourism-based economy. And Mnangagwa, you see Mnangagwa there, the way he is. Mnangagwa understands what I'm talking about. Without a strong group of youngsters, our country will be taken. Part of the handover that Mnangagwa and Chiwenga need to do is to hand over to a strong leadership. People that are able to say, when you come into our country, this is what you do. When you're in Zimbabwe, these are the rules. If you don't have that, you have a country that has been taken and confusion. So people will come and confuse you and confuse the whole country and take everything. So we need a strong leadership in our country. Even Zanu PF, they need to fix Zanu PF so that Zanu PF has got the proper leadership, younger people who are coming up and taking over, and a culture of building strong organizations. You need to build strong organizations. Zanu PF must become a strong organization. The opposition must have strong organization. We don't want one Mbimbindoga. Mesha Mukono. Mesha Mukono. What is Mesha Mukono? I don't know. I always hear Mnangagwa say Mesha Mukono. I think in South Africa there's one Mesha Mukono who is there. That is Shebe Sheks. This guy is crazy. So on Tuesday, he was involved in a shootout again, and police have arrested him for a short, brief period and released him. So what happened is he was driving in Polokwane and he had an argument with a certain man, and he drove into a filling station and stopped his car. The men followed him into the filling station, and then he got out of his car and shot the man on the hip. So he's one of the most popular musicians, but very violent musician in South Africa. So he then got arrested, but the police from head office came and released him and said investigations are currently ongoing. So this guy is the most popular musician in South Africa, Shebe Sheks. He does such crazy things, like the shootout that he was involved in on Tuesday. So the person that he shot is currently in hospital in the ICU. So that is after he followed Shebe Sheks into a filling station after a road rage incident. So in South Africa, if someone fights you on the road, you must drive your little car away because many people have been killed because of this situation. Guys, I've forgotten a very, very important thing, and I was just about to go without mentioning it. So the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission has announced the results of the elections. So let's go through the elections results from yesterday. And I got this when I was still working out around midnight. So let's see what is here. I've got 2 election results in front of me. So that is the first one here is Zanu PF. Which one is this one? This is Mangwe. Zanu PF had 463 and independent had 137 in Mangwe. So Zanu PF won. And then we have got this one here. Which one is this one? That is Gutu. We've got 53 for independent, and Tawanda Mtare 800 was Zanu PF, and that is Gutu. So we're still awaiting the other election results. So yesterday, remember, with this elections, that was Mangwe, Gutu, and Chimanimani. So we're waiting for Chimanimani. I hope that they'll be able to give it to us. So let me see Chimanimani. Let me just type Chimanimani RDC. Maybe someone has posted it. So quickly, Chimanimani RDC, Ward 21. What are the results? Let's see the results. Okay, I still don't see the results for Chimanimani. We'll find those results as soon as we get them. We're going to give them to you. But you can clearly see that Zanu PF is losing momentum, especially in Mangwe. What happened in Mangwe is crazy, where they almost got 400 and the other guy got 157. In Kulumane, we are going to beat Zanu PF. Gambakwe is going to be the only opposition candidate. I'm currently working with all the other opposition candidates and parties, so I'm approaching all of them. We want Gambakwe to be the only opposition candidate. In fact, Zanu PF must just not put a candidate so that Gambakwe can be declared because they're going to lose so badly. The plan that we have from Kulumane is amazing. So we want to make sure that we win. And Zanu PF should never rule or have an MP in Kulumane. What we're planning to do with the Kulumane Development Committee is amazing. Catalyst just like Jonathan Moyo or President Gambakwe. No one trusts you. You're fooling yourself. Come Michelle, me. I don't know what you mean. People trust me. People love me. People love Gambakwe. It's amazing. Ngonzora angaita zviri nani pana pardon. The problem with Ngonzora is he's lacking that. He lacks that. Like he goes away for months. Imagine you've got an MP or a leader that goes away for months. They don't talk. They don't do anything. You don't see them. And then suddenly, boom, they come on in front of the TV and say, we must remove Mnangagwa. Like, what kind of behavior is that, Ngonzora? Ngonzora cannot become president. If I have an election against Ngonzora, I'll beat him so badly. Even if I contest Ngonzora for MDC president, he's going to lose to me. That is because people see me daily. That's the difference. I've got energy. I slept at 2300 and I woke up at 2. I sleep 3 hours a day. That is a president that you need. Look at President Maboko, President Hakainde Chilema. Those are the kind of presidents you need. Look at Sekuru Vena, the only man who has ever done a live for over 8 hours. Venanzio Mondlane did a live for over 8 hours. Those are the kind of presidents you need. You don't need these presidents just because Ngonzora. Why would you vote for Ngonzora? What is he about? So let me ask you, what is Ngonzora's manifesto? Right now, it's just sits here. What will Ngonzora do if he takes office in Zimbabwe? So that is crazy. That is crazy. We wasted our time, Ngonzora. But now let's go to and conclude. Traore, the General Chiwenga for President admin group, admin or channel admin, was found with 7,200 flyers in Glenview. When intelligence officers arrived, he managed to escape, and a young man was arrested who was left at the scene. So that is Malvern Mavhere was arrested. Traore has appeared in court yesterday. He's facing certain charges, allegedly plotting to incite violence and asking people to join the 1 million march, which was organized by Mdaragiza. The state presented evidence that the two distributed thousands of flyers in Harare suburbs with the message, "Stop the looting. Zimbabwe is not for sale." This is not the first time that Malcolm is arrested. In 2022, he was the chairman for Makoni Ward 14, and he was arrested after he posted a message on the Zanu PF WhatsApp group saying people have lost confidence in Mnangagwa's leadership. Mutare businessman and Zanu PF Central Committee member Issa Mfumi was the complainant in the case. So that is why Malcolm ran away from Zimbabwe, because of this case from 2022. However, that case was struck off the roll at that time, but he was being chased by intelligence. They were chasing him since that day until he went back to Zimbabwe and got arrested. It's so sad what has happened. And then obviously I'll deal with the situation at the Bulawayo City Council in the evening. There is a big problem in the Bulawayo City Council regarding residual stands. So we're going to deal with it in the evening. You remember that I went to Zimbabwe after a group of 20 of us got together to buy a stand to develop a big property. So we had planned to develop a big property in Bulawayo with the 20 people from the diaspora. So when we got there, there was a tender for land. So there was a tender for land, and we were the only people there. So we're the only people there, and we submitted our papers. By the time we left, no one else had proposed, submitted. You can imagine our shock and horror when we came back and we found out that we did not win. We did not win the tender, but we're the only ones who submitted. So that was crazy. Like, how could it happen that we were the only people who submitted, but we lost someone when the thing closed and we're right there? So that story is now being published today. We're going to go deeper into corruption, land corruption in Bulawayo. But that is not what we're about. Guys, I'm not worried about corruption. Let me tell you why I'm not worried about corruption. We are going to create one of the biggest economies ever. In a big economy, You make so much money that the corruption becomes nothing. The reason why corruption is a problem right now in Zimbabwe is because all the money that is being made in Zimbabwe is being stolen. Like literally, the cash that the Zimbabwe government generates or that Zimra gets, if you compare with the projects that are being thrown around and the money that we are losing, it's almost all the money. Our economy must be 200 billion right now. That is the GDP of Zimbabwe, which should be around 200 billion. And the money that is going to come into our country, Zimbabwe is tiny. You are going to suffocate with the amount of money that is going to come into that country. You won't be able to walk because every spot in Zimbabwe will be covered. The wealth that we're going to have in our country is going to be amazing. We're going to do so well. And as I said, young people are going to take over, but you need a strong leader. You need a good leader. You don't want someone with a poor vision. You need someone with a big vision to take over in Zimbabwe. And you need someone that can talk. So look at that. That is how we want our country to look like. This is Zimbabwe. This is where Zimbabwe should be after 45 years. But guys like Mnangagwa, they don't get it. Mnangagwa will never get it. And this is not to insult Mnangagwa or to say you're attacking the president. No, it's not attacking the president. The same buildings that were left by Smith are still the same buildings in Zimbabwe right now. I was saying to you yesterday, with a pen and the paper, they did better than what this current government has done. So we want to come and do better. We want to build an amazing country. There'll be so much money, stadiums, you have high-rise buildings, you have massive roads, you have high-speed rail. That's our vision for Harare. This is what Harare will look like. Bulawayo will look this size. Victoria Falls will look amazing. So you will suffocate with the money, there'll be so much money, and they're going to do very, very well. The problem we have right now is poor leadership. People can't even bring money into the country. Look what happened yesterday. Mnangagwa has got what is called an anti-sanction march. Do you think someone is stupid enough to come and invest in a country with sanctions? So they are busy promoting the fact that the country is under sanctions. They don't know what it does to an investor. An investor won't come to a country with sanctions. The sanctions have been removed. They must be saying sanctions are removed. But instead, they're going around saying sanctions are on the country, which means when someone is doing a risk assessment, they're going to say, I won't invest in Zimbabwe. It's under sanctions. But we're going to do so well. Support us. Take leadership. Young people take leadership. Don't not contest elections. Don't sit there and keep quiet and think that you're doing the great job. So if you are given an opportunity to lead, lead. And don't arrest our people. Release everybody. Make sure that our country is free for people to move around. As I said to Mnangagwa, give an amnesty to our billionaires. Let them come home and let's build the country. Let's do well. Apana anofa akarega kuota president 2030. Wamnangagwa wakaenda 2030 hawafi. Wanoita bo, wanorarama zvakanaka. Wamnangagwa woye. So Wamnangagwa, if you're not president, don't die. You will be okay. So you'll be okay, Mnangagwa. Mazibawa Shanduku actually, we just explained here, Baba, Kuti Mazibawa Shanduku was in court with Malcolm yesterday. So they are remanded. Zimbabwe is not for sale. Avachengete or Wakuman Hour. Yes, Maringa Avachengete. We love the channel, but the Traore issue, how did he get arrested? Do you know? Yes, I just explained. Traore was driving in Glenview with 7,200 posters. The police or intelligence will advise that Traore was handing out posters, and they followed up and they found him at a road called Patrenda Road in Glenview 3, Harare. When they arrived, Traore managed to escape. However, Malvern Mavhere, who was driving, was arrested at the scene. So currently we've got 3 people in court. Malvern Mavhere, Godfrey Karembera, and Masarira, Malcolm or Traore, who are in jail. So that is how they were arrested. Malcolm or Traore was then caught later on, and they were then taken to jail. He was in court yesterday. So that is how it is. These guys were found 7,200 posters, and that is what they're being charged with, inciting violence. And then Sarwaka has explained what happened. He was not with Mazibawa Shanduko. He was not with Malcolm. He was not handing out any flyers. So Sarwaka was providing, he was on the ground, but he was not handing out any flyers. So when they told him that he was going to be arrested, after he bought his ticket, he was then escorted to South Africa. But I heard him saying he's not going to tell you where he is. That is why I don't know where he is. I talk to Sarwaka every single moment I get a chance. But the reason why people trust me and talk to me is because now when they're arrested, I can explain to you what happened. So if you are an activist, don't you think you want people to know what happened to you? So you will talk to me. Zanu PF guys phone me here. People like Talent, they'll call me and say, and help us to put out our information. That is what we want. And when I get on the ground, I'll be able to walk to the court and show you Traore getting in and show you Mazibawa Shanduko. That is what we want to do. We want a country where information flows. And that's my job. So even Mnangagwa, when they chase him eventually, he's going to talk to me and say, Gambakwe, ndabatwa. Ndabatwa. So that is the job that I do. And that is why people trust me. I've seen some people trying to make me part of one side or the other. I'm not part of it. That's why you see I'm a candidate. The reason why I'm a candidate is because I've seen that both sides. Even an Chamisa, we've told you, with the Chamisa, there's nothing you can do with the Chamisa. Who is the M31 Secretary General? The information is public. Go to m31.com and look. The letter to ZEC has got the names of everyone who is. Remember, I've written a letter to ZEC and we've submitted our names. It's over there. Go to m31zimbabwe.com. You'll be able to see everything. If you don't see it, WhatsApp me, and tonight I'll update all the documents. We've got a current steering committee of M31. But remember, at the moment, we're not yet there. We are currently working on Gambakwe 2028, which is first step. I contest in Kulumane, I become an MP. Then every day you'll be knowing, Taenda ku Parliament. This is what was said in Parliament. When we finish Parliament, this was what was discussed in Parliament. And then after that, we develop in Kulumane, you see what we're planning to do. And then nationally, in 2028, I contest for president. And it's going to be amazing. We're going to have an amazing, beautiful country, Zimbabwe. What is the problem with the paper? I don't understand this question, Nkoma. And then, Atori Asinapane Nema Zotaurwa, Nema Politician essay. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I really enjoy talking to you on a daily basis. I'll see you a little bit later. Remember today, Dynamos versus Highlanders at Rufaro Stadium. If you're in Harare, go over there, support your team. And we've also posted this video. If you go to Gambakwe, if you're looking for work, these guys have listed 15 sites where you can get remote work. Go to gambakwe.com and look for it. You'll be able to get work remotely. I've also put the links for you over there. Our site is the most useful site ever. And then we are waiting for this object that is coming towards the earth. I think it's arriving on the 29th. It's not clear if it's a machine or if it's a comet or if it's what. So it's called the 3L Atlas. It's on the way to Earth. It's going to be nearest to Earth on the 29th. So if it's a machine, you're gone. But if it's just another thing, it appears like it's a bunch of items coming towards the Earth, and it's not clear what it is. So look out on the NASA website to see what is happening over there. If it is a machine or if it's or if the aliens are coming. So let's see what happens on the 29th. I'd like to thank all of you for watching, and I'll see you guys a little bit later. And a good day to you all.